Viewers and subscribers, welcome back to the channel. You don't know it's a boy SAE. Raise up on yourself and thank you all for tuning in to this one. Some wonderful people. What I really want to zoom in on today is Healy comes out crying in terms of telling the fans not to attack him after he said they accuse him of sledging as the Shamar Joseph, but he now turned over a new leaf and believes that Shamar Joseph bowled beautifully after he labeled Shamar Joseph as to get his act right and not try to be like Sir Courtly Ambrose. Plus, we're also going to zoom in on Sammy raises concern over the umpiring in the West Indies first test versus Australia, where he's saying that he's thinking about applying, for to ICC because what he's seeing is not legit. This is something he's seen with this umpire, guys. He's labeling the umpire as cheats. He's been seeing it from the England ODI series, guys, and now it's a replicate in the test, so he's thinking about it, but he hasn't really confirmed if he will appeal or not. But wonderful people, we're gonna fill you in on the information. But before we do so though, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell to be the first alerted whenever a new video is uploaded. And don't forget to drop a like on the video as well. So without further ado, people, let's dive right into the details. Haters turn into supporters, or should I say people who kind of look down on him now turning into his supporters, praising him for his brilliant bowling. My wonderful people, we are talking no other than Healy, who is now seems as if he has turned over a new leaf as how fans in the Caribbean have come for him. Our fans around the world have come for him after what he said about Shamar Joseph. He kind of hammered Shamar Joseph, or should I say sledged Shamar Joseph in a way where people think that Shamar Joseph was all about talking and nothing more, and we're getting news from him himself saying that people have come for him, and really in his DM and so forth, and really styling him and really defending Shamar Joseph. And people might be also calling him cheaters, etc. Who knows? But he hasn't shared that detail, but he has said the people have come for him, after his blunt remark about Shamar Joseph in the test versus Australia. As we know, it was a test, the first test, guys. It's currently ongoing right now, right? But there are a lot of controversy going on, even now in the test, people, it seems as if everything is playing against West Indies, and people seems as if they're not following or they're not seeing what I'm seeing, because this is clearly showing that they have a favoritism in who they want to win the test matches. You understand who they really want to win the test match, especially that third umpire, or should I say the TV umpire, even the coach, Darren Sammy, are really upset right about now. We might also zoom in on him, guys, sharing his thoughts, and basically urging the people to really look into this third umpire, because based on what he witnessed, guys, it's clearly showing that favoritism has been playing, and it's like they want to stifle West Indies, and West Indies have been the better team with the ball, even though they are coming up against a legendary Australian pace attack, they still managed to hold their own as a pace attack as well. And my people, we're gonna hear what Healy had to say first, and then we touch over to Darren Sammy. So, all right. So, geez, they have come out at me, haven't they? They have said, "Oh no, I have sledged Shamar Joseph." Apparently, it's saying I have had a personal dig at Shamar. Is bold, beautifully again today, and it's not easy with so much gold around your neck, Healy. So even though you're trying to come and apologize to the fans, are really trying to come and defend yourself, you're still looking at the man jewelry around his neck. What is wrong with this man? You just always have to spark a little controversy when you come on to Shamar Joseph in West Indies, or against Shamar Joseph. What's the rivalry between you guys? You were labeled as a cheater back in your days. Now Shamar Joseph is labeled as the savior of West Indies test team, or savior in a sense where he's bowling, are reminded fans of what they have been yearning for, in terms of bowling, like the Courtly Ambrose, them Courtney Albros and Courtney Walsh, the Marshall, them guys, and the Roberts, them, these type of bowling that he's bowling, guys. And most tell you guys, if you watch some old clips, guys, of some of the former greats of West Indies cricket, then you might understand what I'm saying. Because the way I look at Shamar Joseph is looking really dangerous, my wonderful people. You know, he's like this man is on a play field of his own. There's no, I don't see anybody there to really say give him a little pressure in terms of the bowling that I'm witnessing from Shamar. And if he can contribute or transfer this type of bowling into the shorter version of the game, my people, it would be a weapon that form against any team that look to oppose the West Indies, you know. But I'm happy that Ian Healy, you know, basically saw his mistake and really come out to the fans and saying that are vent to the fans that, you know, they are coming after him. He's basically trying to tell them that they should just not come after him, you know, and just let it slide, you know, because it happens, you know. People made remark before games and, you know, it's what it is, you know. But my people, I thought he went wrong from the moment he took up that rivalry between cricketers and he said, you're no longer a cricketer, you're a former cricketer. So you should stay in your lane and let the youngsters compete against each other, you know. And Shamar Joseph is somebody who call his shots and deliver. You know, it's not like somebody who said they're gonna do that and didn't do that, you know. So honestly, my people, leave your thoughts down below, alright? Let's move right along to Darren Sammy calling out the TV umpire. Sammy raises concerns over umpiring in Barbados Test, questions TV officials' consistency. My people, West Indies head coach Darren Sammy has voiced his concerns over a series of contentious umpiring decisions during the ongoing first test against Australia at Kensington Oval in Barbados, placing the role of TV umpire Adrian Holstock under the spotlight. Following a roller coaster second day of play in Bridgetown, you know, which saw both teams exchange momentum, Sammy revealed that he met with match referee Javagal Surinath to seek a clarification on decisions that he and his team found puzzling, particularly the dismissals of Rastan Chase and Shea Hope. We're just trying to find some sort of understanding as to what the process is, Sammy said after storms, and you know, we only hope for consistency. That's all we could ask for. When there is doubt in something, just be consistent across the board. Sammy pointed to what he believes is a pattern, citing Holstock's involvement in the recent ODI series in England, where the South African was either the TV umpire or on-field in all three matches. I have noticed, especially with this particular umpire, it's something that for me started in England. It's frustrating. I just asked for consistency in the decision making, he added. Two calls in particular drew the ire of the West Indies first. Chase was adjudged leg before to Pat Cummins despite replays suggesting a possible inside edge. Then Hope was given out caught behind by Alex Carey of Bjorn Webster, with the catch ruled clean by the third umpire despite apparent similarities to an earlier incident involving Travis Head, who was reprieved under near identical circumstances. I'm just saying, judge what you see, Sammy remarked. If you see the same thing and one is not out, there is even more doubt on the other than you give it out. Again, I don't know what is seen, but from the images that we have seen, the decisions are not fair enough for both teams. While Sammy stopped short of confirming whether the team would file a formal complaint, he admitted that the possibility remains open. You will have to wait and see for that. Australian pacer Mitchell Stark also weighs in on the controversies, particularly the first over leg before decision against Chase that was not overturned despite replays suggesting Pat first contact. There's been some interesting ones. Stark said, as players, you can only ask a question. It sort of felt like or looked like that the sneaker and the image were out of signing to some capacity. He noted that Australia too felt aggrieved on occasions, referencing the non-dismissal of Chase, which cost his team 40 odd runs, and echoing the belief that Travis had edged hope and day one was indeed a clean catch. Sammy, meanwhile, urged his players to remain focused and refrain from commenting publicly and officiating. We know the rules. We know fines going all across the board. I don't want the players, to focus on that. He said, yes, we are kind of shooting ourselves in the foot by dropping so much catches. But look at the test match. Test match, us against our own selves. Some of these decisions, and we are still in the position to win as the match heads into the crucial third day, which is today, with West Indies holding a narrow 10-run lead. The performance of both the bowlers and the third umpires may continue to influence what remain a finely poised contest.